Well, 1237 depends on what you're counting. Most people are referring to delegates won according to primary results, but the only 1237 that really matters is the sum of the total of the votes cast by the delegations at the convention in Cleveland. So whether or not anybody reaches 1,237 will not be known until the first round of balloting in Cleveland.
And explain your own. You're an unbound delegate from North Dakota here. You know, Donald Trump's argument is that delegates, I guess, should reflect the popular vote of the states where it's given, and that you shouldn't be able to then just turn around and say, okay, well, I'm a Cruz supporter. Is he right about that? Is that, do you think, the risk here? Is that what's happening?
Well, no, there's a lot of misunderstanding about how whether or not the delegates are bound in the first place. In North Dakota, we are not bound by anything whatsoever. We've had no preference vote in the state, and all of our delegates are elected by the party at its state convention, completely unbound and free to vote their conscience at the national convention.
Mr. Haugland, it's Evan Newmark. I have a question regarding what you view the duty of a delegate is, and by that I mean, isn't the duty of a delegate to put somebody who's going to win the general election? Is that the duty of a delegate, or is the duty of a delegate to vote basically whatever, you know, his own heart tells him to do?
Well, there's a lot of controversy about that, but my view is the delegates are all individuals, have been since the Republican Party was established, individuals entrusted with the responsibility and the duty to make their best judgment in deciding who to nominate for as our candidate to run in the general election in the fall. In previous years, we've used primaries to probably get us some kind of an indication of the preference of the population. But the delegates at the convention choose the nominee, not the voters in the primaries.
You know, however it might play out this time around, do you actually think there's going to be serious attention to this system in general at this point? I mean, you actually have a lot of people kind of crying about the logistics of it right now. Is it at risk doing it this way down the road?
Absolutely not. We've had primaries since, you know, whenever they started, January, February, whatever it was. But I'm going to propose, now I'm going to switch hats here a little bit. I'm a member currently of the RNC Rules Committee, but in Cleveland, I'm going to be just a delegate to the convention, but I'm also going to be a member of the Convention Rules Committee. And the Convention Rules Committee is going to deal with who do we nominate, who gets to be even considered for votes at the convention. And I'm going to propose, I announced a year ago that I was going to propose an amendment at the Convention Rules Committee, which I'm going to deliver on, and that is to nominate, to consider every contender to be deemed to be nominated if they have won even a single vote in a primary or a caucus. And that will give us 8 candidates in the first ballot.
Curly, before we go, let you go, do you know who you're supporting yet?
I'm not telling. It's a secret ballot.
Something tells me it's not Mr. Trump. I don't know what that is.
Any comment on that, Curly?
No, that's pure speculation on your part.
Yeah,
I'm simply gonna vote in secret and keep it that way.
And vote your conscience. Curly, thank you for joining us.